Jarrod Boman from Portland, Oregon. I've been refereeing for 7 years. Doing roller for 4. This is my 3rd NarcH finals. Outside of roller, well, actually, just for roller, I do NarcH, State Wars, and NCRHA. And then outside of roller, I do ice hockey, Western Hockey League, USA Hockey, a couple of random junior leagues. You know, there's a lot of times where guys are yelling at me for certain things, and I don't take it personal, because prior to officiating, I was probably one of those guys doing it too. So, I mean, I played since I was 4. I didn't play roller hockey. It was all ice. I played up through juniors, and I had a pretty decent junior career, but I got out and started working as a athletic trainer for a hockey team, and just kind of got bored, and we got eliminated from a questionable official, and there were some words being said, and he kind of yelled at me, if you can do it better, then you're welcome to it, and it just kind of clicked. So I tried it, and I actually ended up liking it a million times more than I ever thought I would. So a buddy of mine that referees, and he ended up making it to the NHL, tried to get me to officiate a long time ago, and I just thought he was nuts. Like, I hated referees. I didn't know why he was doing it. And then about the time that I started is when he made it to the NHL, so all of that things happening and him trying to get me into it is when I started, and it took off from there. My favorite, I mean, I don't get to do them very often, but just because they're adorable with Cubs. It's just nice watching the kids skate around. They're so little, they're adorable. They're just the little people. I love it. You can't have a position where you hold other people accountable and not hold yourself accountable for your actions as well. Like, it's just not ethically. That's the way the sport is. That's the way officiating works for anything. There's with everything that you do, you have impact. My theory is if you can't explain a call that you're making, then it's probably not a good idea to be making it. So, I mean, there's an explanation there. It's just whether or not they're willing to hear it and you're willing to give it. There's very few officials that will admit that they made a really bad call. This game is about angles when you're talking about officiating. So, I mean, just because there might be an official that's really close to what you're thinking is a penalty, there's a guy in a better angle that sees that it's not. So, I mean, it's just, and this game is so fast. Like, you have a half a second to decide. You see something happen, and then you take a few seconds and then throw your hand up. I mean, it's almost like your credibility is thrown out the window because you waited a second. There's been plenty of calls that I've made where I've put my hand up and I've wanted to put it down, and you put it up and then yeah. I mean, it just happens. Like, it just happens. Well, my worst would be making SportsCenter for top 10 highlight for the wrong reason. I was working the lines in a Western Hockey League game. It was 3 years ago. Portland Winterhawks and Spokane Chiefs, and it was a nationally televised game on on Fox Sports, and we had Portland was down penalty, and Spokane had taken a penalty. So Portland was down a goal. Spokane had taken a penalty, and Portland's kind of they're kind of wingnut. He's kind of a coconut, but he's about 6'5". He tried to retaliate. I kind of tried to get in there quickly to stop it and tell him he's going to get a power play out of it, to just chill out, and he didn't want to have anything of it. So I kind of got stuck between the two of them, and two 6'5", 6'5", 6'6" guys. I'm only 5'9", so it didn't go very well. So they ended up both myself and the Portland guy ended up falling on the ground, and then he stood up over the top of me, and then so I tried to get out, and he ended up almost stepping on my finger, so I ended up grabbing his leg and scooting down underneath him. But ESPN decided to put a nice little arrow to that, slow-mo it. So made the top 10 highlight. Enjoy what you're doing, and enjoy the time that you're doing it. You get older, and you'll never get these times back, and just try to be respectful of the game. It's more about the game than yourself, and we're always watching.